My name is Megan and this is Matt, and we are with Fast Travels. We are a travel agency that tries to create fun and exotic vacations for an eventful family. So right now we are getting ready for our Brazil trip. We're pretty excited. All of your expenses and everything is paid for. So like everyone else, it's an upfront fee. No worries. You do have your miscellaneous costs. So you're traveling when you have your free time, getting your snacks that aren't in the meals, or your souvenirs or stuff like that. We do have a really fun, eventful trip for you. So we do start in Rio, then we go to the Icona Falls, and then up to Pipa. So your day one, obviously you're going to be doing a lot of traveling. So your day that you get in Brazil is going to be spent as a leisure day. So you'll settle down into your hotel. You can have a nice relaxing day up at the top where there's a rooftop pool with lunch and then some leisure time to explore the surroundings. Day two, you do have a private tour with us. We do take you through the main city of Rio up to Sugar Mountain to see the iconic, Statue of Christ. And you will have a lunch at the Christ Remember, which is that nice giant statue that overlooks the city and it's beautiful. Your day three, we go into a flight to the falls, and you get to explore the Amazon because we do go into the Argentina side. So obviously your passport and visa is extremely important. This is the Christ Remember. It's just a beautiful scene, and behind it is just even prettier. Then once we are in the falls, you walk through, bring your bathing suit because we will go swimming. You just walk around and explore. You're kind of isolated away from everything just to relax and forget about your busy life back here at home. Day 4 to 6, we fly directly to the city of Pipa, where we enjoy the next 3 days kind of at your own leisure. It is a beachside hotel, again with a rooftop pool. Lunches at the hotel unless we do other travel sites. It is a small travel group, so we do kind of have the luxury of being like, do you want to go out or do you want to stay in? We're really tight-knit. We like to create that family sense. It's only 1 or 2 families at a time, not a giant group of strangers. So the next 2 days are our own leisure. Like I said, we can do a morning with breakfast in bed or early morning walk. There's surfing. We also have this really nice around the corner where we're staying. It's called the Bay of Dolphins, and it's kind of just gorgeous navy blue water that you'll see, and a lot of swimming and tanning can, be going on. Evening, we do have a sunset dinner or a sunset cruise. Day 7, we shuttle back to Noto, where we'll fly back to Rio for our final night exploring the nightlife of the city and a barbecue dinner. Day 8 is the last day there, so we do our breakfast on the rooftop hotel, gather everyone up, and we fly home. The important things you will need to bring are your passport, your visa, immunization records, just because we are going to be deep in the jungle when we're in the Amazon. You do have to have malaria and hepatitis. Also, that's if you do plan on drinking like non-bottled water. We will provide you with bottled water, so that part is covered, but everything else is just in case. But I'll let Matt go over the Excel part, so all of our expenses and the hourly breakdown and things like that.
Thank you, Megan. I appreciate it. Any questions so far? Anything I can answer for anybody? Okay, great. So we're going to be leaving from DIA, and we're going to get there at least 3 hours ahead of time because it is international travel and things can happen when you're going through the TSA. As you can see, we're going to get up very early at 6 a.m. and we're going to go to DIA. We have our check-in, our TSA screening, and then our flight. Our flight is rather lengthy, like most international travel. There isn't a layover. We are going to be laying over in the United States in Houston, and then we fly out again at about 9 p.m. So if you have any Dramamine or sleeping pills that you need to take, now's the time to do it because this is going to be the longer part of the leg of the trip. Then we arrive. We take a shuttle, which is about an hour because Brazil is one of the most densely populated countries in the world, and it is heavily trafficked. So we make sure that we give everybody a time for about an hour to check-in. And as Megan pointed out, we are staying at the Miramar Hotel, which has a beautiful deck and that overlooks the entire city and the bay. It's just phenomenal. It's a great way to just to sit and acclimate yourself to the time zone and eat. And of course, you can have independent travel at this time if you feel like walking around and leaving the hotel. We suggest that you store your passports and the hotel safe or your room safe, and of course, be very vigilant when you're walking around by yourself in Brazil. It is safe, but it is not the most safe. After you come back from your walking around and acclimating again, we go back up into the rooftop again. It's incredibly beautiful. The sun is setting. The lights from the city are coming up. Here you get to just see what the nightlife is going to be like, the sounds and the smells. It's just a wonderful place to observe. We suggest that you get to bed early because we're going to have a full day tomorrow on the 23rd as we wake up. We're going to have breakfast and then we have a private tour. We prefer the private tour because this way you can interact with the tour guides. You can get more information from the tour guides. We encourage independent tour traveling, but sticking with the group is a little bit more safe and you can get a little bit more information about it. Sugar Mountain, as Megan was pointing out, is one of the hot spots to go and visit as a tourist. It's not a place that a lot of locals go, and of course, being a tourist, you're going to have people coming up and trying to sell you different goods. So just be aware of your surroundings, be aware that people are going to sell you things, and they're going to come and talk to you and try to engage you and solicit you. The iconic Christ the Redeemer is an iconic statue which many people have seen. It is, when some people think of Brazil, they think that, or they think of carnival, or they think of samba music. But Christ the Redeemer, you have to go see it. It's just one of those iconic things that you cannot miss. Again, I like to say that we go back to the rooftop dinner. By this time, you'll be acclimating to the food. It is an international menu, so it has a little bit of everything for everyone. If you have a gentle stomach, I suggest you stick to what you know and eat what you feel comfortable eating. If you're culinarily adventurous, they have great beef there. They're known for their beef, and they're Rio Dizio. Okay, so again, bedtime early. We like to get up at 7 a.m. We take a shuttle because we're going to be flying out to the famous falls. As Megan pointed out, that we're going to be in the jungle. We do recommend that you drink only bottled water. When we get there, it's going to be a lot of hot and steamy. It is the rainforest after all. The falls are just magnificent. The roaring sound of the water rushing over is unforgettable. Every time I see it, every time I've gone there, I get giddy every time I get closer. I can hear it before I can see it. It's that thunderous. Okay, so by this time, the group has gotten together and we're mixing well. Everybody's enjoying each other's company. We suggest that you leave the kids to themselves. We do have chaperones for them. You go have drinks, mix, unwind, have a little adult time. After all, you're paying for this. This is what you need to do, is unwind as an adult and get away from the kids. Dinner overlooking the falls. Again, another phenomenal thing to do. It's dark. The sounds of the jungle is coming alive, and it's that backdrop of that thunderous waterfall. We're going to hit the sack early because we want to wake up, and we're going to take another tour. We're going to try to do some cayucas and paddle around. We're not going to spend too much time because we've already seen the falls from the day before, but we're going to do a canopy tour. And those are just fantastic. You get up and close with the environment in the jungle. So you can see all different types of wildlife. You will be sitting up in the canopy. You'll be harnessed in. If you're afraid of heights, then I suggest that you stay at the falls and paddle around. Once you leave the canopy tour, we're going to have a local dinner. By this time, your stomach should be adjusting a little bit more. You're not going to be having traveled for a day or two. You're going to be settling into a groove. I suggest that you try some of the local cuisine. It is phenomenal. The different flavors, the different types of herbs and spices that they use. After that, again, another adult moment where we can sit and have drinks and talk and interact with each other and just, be adults, have fun. We're going to go to bed a little bit early because we have to get up and take another flight. The flight is going to have a layover. These are smaller planes. If you are not comfortable with small planes, like 12-seaters, I would suggest that you take some Dramamine or some type of something to soothe your stomach. Maybe don't eat as much in the breakfast before. This flight will get a little bouncy. So we land. just doing the coastal route. It is just one of these great things that you get to see the ocean over the cliffs and the bluffs. And then you're going to continue 2 people where we're going to check in to our hotel, have a dinner, and the dinner at the cafe is beautiful. It overlooks the beach. Again, the sound of the water, the setting of the sun, the beach just kind of comes alive into its own way, in its own sounds. Bedtime, no alarm. We're going to kick back. We're going to relax. We're at the beach right now. We're going to have some enjoyment time. We're going to wake up a little bit later. We can have breakfast in bed. All of the rooms that you're going to be in are going to be overlooking the beach. You're going to have a patio. You can have breakfast up to your bedroom, or you can have it set up onto the patio overlooking the beach. Surfing lessons. A lot of the kids like this. This is a great, another activity that the children can have independent of the adults. This way the adults can reconnect and have their own time. It's very important that we stress this, that we are constantly stressing that the adults reconnect. After all, you're paying for this. It's great to be with the kids and have a wonderful time, enjoying and being interactive with the kids, but it's also great to reconnect with your spouse. And we strongly recommend that you send the kids off to do that. Again, this is going to be another one of these local places. It's not a very ritzy place. It's a small mom and pop kind of restaurant where it's an open kitchen. They're going to cook right out in front of you. The smell of the grill is going to hit you smack in the face before you even get there. Here, by the time we get to here, you're going to be used to the local drink, the caipirinha, and it is phenomenal. The first one you get down is a little bit of a bitter bite, but by the time you get to the second one, you're ready for the third one. Trust me, these things go down so nice. It's so hot, they're so cold, they taste great. We also wanted to drive into the town so you can get some knickknacks, some tchotchkes, tchotchkes, and bring them home. Some things for the kids. Unwind. Kids will probably want to go to the swimming pool or back to the beach. That's great. You can see them from the open bar that is part of the hotel. Then we're going to go to the dinner, another local fantastic place known for its fish. They use a lot of local seasonings, a lot of local techniques. They cook with banana leaves. They use indirect heat when they cook. It's phenomenal. It's great. Again, one of those things where you're going to smell it before you see it. Bedtime, no alarm. Again, we're at the beach. We want to relax. We want to have a nice, easy time. Wake up, breakfast, either in your bed or on the patio. Kayaking, kids really like that. Again, you're going to be on the beach. I should have stressed this before, but suntan lotion, suntan lotion. If you're below the equator, the sun's a lot stronger. You might not be used to it. Lunch at the Pipa Beach, sunbathing. Sunset dinner cruise, that's kind of nice. It stays not too far offshore, so it's not too rocky. You don't have to worry about getting seasick. It's a nice big boat. There'll be a little dancing. You'll be on that for a few hours, so you might as well get comfortable. Bring something for the kids to do. Bring electronic devices for the kids. This is more about, again, you reconnecting. You're going to be wanting to dance with your spouses. The kids are going to get bored running around the boat, so bring your electronic devices for the kids to enjoy and play with. Okay, bedtime, set the alarm. We're going to have to return the car. We're going to be a flight out of GOL, and then we're going to be having a layover, and then the layover's in Brazil. Then we're going to be flying right back to Denver, and these are our flight numbers. Again, layovers, but I suggest that you, if you're not comfortable with flying this long stretch, bring some Dramamine, bring something to sleep with. Our cost breakdown. So, luckily for us that the Delta Airlines flies direct, flies a lot of flights directly to Brazil, but we chose to do a bunch of layovers to cut the cost down. And also, layovers give you the time to acclimate. It doesn't mean that you're rushing from one gate to another. It gives you time to leisurely stroll throughout the airport and keep control of the kids, your bags, all these things. Of course, we get a 10% discount off of Refer a Friend. As you can see, the subtotal before the Refer a Friend is $6,400, rounded up to $6,500. The Refer a Friend will bring it down a little bit. If we can scroll down just to the daily breakdown, we can see here that it is fairly nominal. Like everybody else, your first day in and your last day out are your biggest ones. There's your travel days and your hotel days. In between here, we have a little bit of a spike because we're flying in and out of the falls. Bring some extra food, snacks, things like that the kids will be used to that you're going to eat on the plane, something familiar, dry goods. Again, here the food expense is a little bit high. That's because we really want you to immerse yourself in the culture and enjoy the food. Again, my name is Matt. This is Megan. We represent Fast Travels. Thank you very much for listening to
The
us.
other thing I would say real quick is the is really weak over there. So exchange before you go. Wells Fargo does it, First Bank does it. Sit down, do some little bit of research, see how much you think you're going to want to bring, and just exchange it here. They will gladly do it at First Bank. I've done it before. Easy peasy. They make life easy. So that's the one tip I would say right now to do.
Excellent point. That's right. Buying power is key here.
Yes.
Questions? Yes, Nancy.
My hearing wasn't good. You said Dolphin Bay, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Are dolphins involved?
There are. You can swim up close to the
That's
mountain.
why they're there. They are people friendly. You can walk out about waist deep, and they're, I mean, that's right where you are.